Hello, podcasters, and welcome to another episode of the Deep Time Podcast. That's right, we're back, which means we're probably mad about something. To that end, I am joined by Armin. God, I haven't done this in ages. And Cal.
Hello!
Just trying to remember your names there. Perfect. So, what is the subject of today's episode? Well, you've already figured it out, so I won't beat around the bush. It's Andrea Cow's headcanon of Compsognathids. But more specifically, it's about
how everyone reacted to the thing and how you kind of blew it out of proportions.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Just a little.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
So, a bit backstory as to what exactly is going on. So, Andrea Cow is invited to comment on what we do not know. He's invited to make a comment for a volume in an Italian journal whose name I will not try to pronounce. The link will be in the description. And it's a commentary on theropods of Italy. And he spent about half of that pushing his new research of sorts, in that he does a phylogeny about the Compsognathids of Italy, I believe. No. Scipionyx, Juravenator. Juravenator is not Italian, is it?
I'm pretty sure it's German, so yeah.
And then Sciramimus, which is...
Oh wait, wasn't that one German? What was Juravenator then?
I think they're all German? No, except for Scipionyx.
Yeah, obviously.
See, everyone forgets about Sciramimus and Juravenator, which were actually in the paper, and just go straight to Sinonitha, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Which Sinorni? No.
Sinosauropteryx.
Sinosauropteryx, that's the one.
Sinosauropteryx.
The raccoon one.
Yeah, I always get those Sinonithosaurus, Sinosauropteryx, and Soranitholestes. I always get them confused. Yes, Sciramimus is German.
Yeah, and Juravenator is also German.
Yes.
So
not that much about theropods of Italy in the end. I mean, he does also talk about Saltjuvenator, Italy's one other theropod. But the thing he pushes is this idea that, well, we already know Scipionyx is extremely young. It's like, it's a hatchling of a couple of days old has been...
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's baby.
Yeah.
And so the premise is, if you were to code these animals without their characters that are ontogenetically variable, i.e. stuff that's actually only present in babies and not an indication of where they are phylogenetically, you get the position of the adult in regard to its relation to other animals. And so in theory he does that, but we'll get to the method by which he does that in a moment, because this is pointed out by James Napoli on Twitter, and I hadn't actually clocked that before he did. So shout out to the one skeptic of this paper out there. And so he does it for all these, and he finds that Juravenator and Sciramimus are megalosaurs, and Scipionyx is a carcharodontosaur.
I want to just say that's not the first time that at least one of them has been recorded as a megalosaur. I'm pretty sure I've seen the idea float around.
Both of them,
for
I think.
Couple of years now,
definitely, those two. Scipionyx being a carcharodontosaur, I think, is novel.
That one is new. That one is definitely new because it would have been the first time I've heard of a European carcharodontosaur. Like the idea that Juravenator and Sciramimus are megalosaurs, I've definitely heard already.
Definitely, those are older. So obviously that does play into why one of the main areas of discussion is Sciramimus, arguably. I will now let you start drawing if you so wish.
I mean Scipionyx. You mean
Scipionyx?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure he's Scipio. The guy's named after.
The
Italians will correct us in the chat. It's fine.
Yeah, but I always said it as Scipio.
I'm pretty sure it's Scipio.
Probably.
Because I'm pretty sure I've been corrected about saying it's Scipio. So Andrea Cow does this, and he releases this, and it's interesting, and it's definitely nice food for thought. The thing is, everyone kind of just stopped thinking and just blew it out of proportion. And Andrea Cow did not exactly help with this. It did not help with the fucking... Say the word again? Sinosauropteryx?
Yeah, Sinosauropteryx.
Yeah. He posts...
3.8 meter.
Yeah, I
Sinosauropteryx.
will try and find the Sinosauropteryx picture to post that. Like,
Here, I have it.
oh, if you have it, please post it in the Anki.
All right. I just need to remember how
Yeah.
to post images.
So people are already starting to freak out. He does his blog post, which I have not read because it's in Italian and I'd rather read the PDF over the Google Translate. But he does his blog post, he does his skeletal, I think. He does his art.
I mean, the art is really a skeletal trace of Neo Venator, I believe, so...
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
He does his thing, he does all his promo stuff, he does his, big text on pink background on his Facebook page. And then after that, he drops this that Cal should post.
I posted it. I don't know if it's in a new Aggie or something. Hold on.
There. I'm not the only one not seeing it, right, Armin?
No,
I imported it and it was just like
Fuck you.
on a new entire
Okay.
canvas.
Okay. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Thank you, Cal.
There we go.
Yeah, of course.
A 3.8 meter long Sinosauropteryx. Which, first of all, makes this the biggest Compsognathid. And then he posts it with like the caption, I can't wait for it to be described. I wonder if it fits to my hypothesis of Sinosauropteryx being a baby Eutyrannus. Or Sinotyrannus. Which is fine enough as a hypothesis, even though there's no reason to think so. Like, as Thomas Holtz has rightly said, we should stop assuming all dinosaurs we find are adults. In fact, our default assumption should be that they had not stopped growing, since that's the proportion of animals that die.
Yeah.
On the other hand, why should we just assume Sinosauropteryx is Eutyrannus?
Yeah, that was like just out of like.
It's out of nowhere.
It seems very, small predators don't exist. It's all just tyrannosaurs now.
Yeah.
Tyrannosaurs ruined ecosystems. Let's be honest here.
Yes.
Yeah, that part came out of like left field. It's just like, oh yeah.
I've seen various hypotheses for what this could be. One being perhaps it's a baby Eutyrannus, like a young Eutyrannus, which would make sense. More so than a giant Sinosauropteryx, in my opinion. I've seen people suggest it's a chimera, which is also very possible until anyone actually looks at it. Especially, I think the head on that neck could be chimera.
Isn't the whole thing with Sinosauropteryx, it has like a really long tail?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Is it something that changed in the proportions because there's...
It would be pretty novel. But anyways, that's beside the point. The main thing is it took like less than 24 hours for everyone on the internet to just be talking about how, from a publication hypothesizing that Shipionyx might be a juvenile Carcharodontosaur to people saying, oh, so Eutyrannus is brown and has a raccoon tail now.
Yeah, God. And this isn't even the like full article. This is
it is. This is all he's writing about it.
It's a piece of his bigger thing.
It's a commentary he was invited to do. There's no evidence it's been peer reviewed, which is fine for what it is. And this, like, as Napoli pointed out, there are issues with the way he went about it, because so it's very much like a thought experiment. I'd say that's the closest I can describe it as, in the sense that what Andrea Cao ultimately did is, rather than just remove characters known to be ontogenetically variable in taxa for which we have ontogenetic series, examples being Tyrannosaurus with, if it has a juvenile Tyrannosaur, Tarbosaurus, which we do have a pretty good growth series for, and all that. You could have done that and just removed cranial characters or post-cranial characters. I think it's primarily cranial characters that we know are variable. But that's not what he did. What he did then was, working with the a priori assumption that all of Compsognathid is paraphyletic, and therefore the only uniting features between Duravenator, Scipionyx, and Scirocromymus are because they were babies and are ontogenetically variable. He simply removed every synapomorphy of these three. Every shared feature was just snapped out of existence, and that's how it ended up. So as Napoli puts it, what this actually shows is, or the only takeaway we can reliably say is true, based on this phylogeny, is that Scipionyx is more like a Carcharodontosaur than the other two are. That's the only quantitative takeaway we can have because of the method that was done. Which is fine enough in its own right, but it's not saying all Compsognathids are babies of known genera.
Yeah, it specifically discusses 3 genera. It does not really comment on Compsognathus itself, not on any of the other Compsognaths. You do realize that there are like a bunch of them, right?
There's a lot.
I think a good chunk are questioned, to be sure, but
Yeah, and there's a lot that aren't well preserved, and a lot are juveniles. But
yeah,
again,
like,
that's what we expect.
You're extrapolating the result of 3 genera plus 1 that's highly speculative, not even a journal, it's just a Facebook post of 2 sentences, and you kind of blow it. Oh, Compsognathus was just a baby mega. No, that's not what it says.
Yeah.
Please stop, think for like 5 seconds. You're, oh god. We can't even fully say for sure that's what it is. It's a suggestion. We should definitely keep it in mind. It will definitely be interesting, but just because it's new doesn't mean it's correct.
Yeah.
Just because it's new doesn't mean it's not gonna be debated in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw what happened last with this fucking scavenger paper of Allosaurs. We didn't jump on them and say, so all Allosaurs are scavengers now. You know, a little bit of critical thinking here.
Yeah. And personally, I do like the idea of Scipionyx being a young Carcharodontosaur. I think it makes sense. I
would like to see it.
I like the idea of Compsognathid being paraphyletic and being united to an extent by the fact that juvenile theropods are similar to their ancestors, that they retain more quote-unquote basal features when they're children, and as they grow up, that's where the quote-unquote evolution shows. But I would not assume all of Compsognathidae, therefore, is unrelated to each other, and that they're all juveniles of taxa. It's just... I see you gave up on the leg there, thinking...
Yeah, can you blame me? I hate legs.
Fair enough.
True.
But yeah, I don't have much else to say because there shouldn't be much to say about this other than, that's pretty cool. Anyways.
Yeah, it's interesting to consider.
Yes.
Definitely,
I mean,
important to keep in mind. Again, this is, except for the Carcharodontosaur bit, it's not exactly that new of a suggestion.
That too.
Again, the Megalosaur thing has been around for ages.
And the
I don't want to
Yeah.
say you can't be excited about it because we all learn every day, and there are certain people relevant to the discussion who have been very much killjoys about people finding out new stuff later than others.
Thankfully,
But I do think.
thankfully, I have not seen that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not really.
I
Not
will elaborate later to you
Yes.
guys.
Okay. Yeah.
But like the point is, it's cool to be excited about it, but you should take it down a notch because it quickly slipped from genuine excitement and interest to kind of straight up misinformation and misinterpretation of what is
Exactly.
actually being said.
And
Yeah.
the more you repeat conjecture, the more most people forget to mention its conjecture, and that's
Yep.
and both the amount of it and the lack of disclaimers that this is conjecture can often lead to misrepresenting something, even with the best of intentions, as fact. And
I
could
Like,
mean-
even with the things that have been suggested before, it's still a maybe. Like,
Yeah.
let's not
Yeah.
pretend they are four good lumps. It's
Yeah.
as of now, they are still independent genera. There is the suggestion they might be phylogenetically different, or maybe even something else entirely. But again, it's not full on confirmed. It's a comment that provides food for thought.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
And I mean, there's a few
Let's
things.
not-
Oh.
Go on.
I mean, as Akira said, not a lot of it's super new. Like, Compsognathid being paraphyletic is like nothing super
Yeah.
novel, I'd say. People always are. I mean, it's pretty common opinion at this point. I think it's just especially with the Sinoceratops being like Eutyranus and shit. I feel like it's like playing a game of broken picture phone. It's just like as people keep repeating it and going through and seeing other people tweeting about it, it just becomes
Exactly. Yeah.
slightly more different than the original, and
I
eventually
feel like
becomes something that
Yeah. For reference, broken picture phone, just replace it with broken telephone, and you'll understand.
broken telephone. I mean, I
Very
probably should have
specific
said that,
reference
but
you made there.
yeah. Only
I'm
real
just telling you
fans
the
understand that one.
True. That's
But it applies. So
yeah.
eventually, sometimes even with good intention, it becomes some maybe misinformation, and even that maybe slight misinformation. But it's just good to. I mean, also, I hope this like doesn't become a paleo meme. Because I feel like that could definitely happen. We all know about the Prince Creek Formation.
Oh yeah, Prince Creek. We need to do an episode of Prince Creek at one point, but
That would be a good idea. But yeah,
but we all know, like,
yeah.
we're just lying to ourselves if we say we're gonna have another episode out like in the next 5 months. Anyways.
Yeah, well,
I mean, maybe with Dinosauria now out.
yeah,
Maybe-
True. I mean, that drops in like tomorrow, so.
Yeah.
oh, it does.
But
Or I mean today, for when this episode's dropping.
I was gonna say
Oh,
at
yeah.
least today or yesterday, depending on how things go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but. Armin, you were gonna say something, I think.
yeah.
Good question, because I forgot what I was gonna say.
Nice.
I'm
I
sorry.
think I was just gonna say something similar to Cal in the sense of, even the paper, it's just that perhaps, maybe,
Mhm.
and then you got a tweet saying maybe, and it's just, oh, so those texts are possibly, and then then the possibly gets lost. Then the fact it's just those three texts that get lost, and now we are at the point where it said, oh, Compsognathid are just juveniles.
or
Because gradually, from paper to now, it's just get lost.
Yeah, or I think a very common one, and this is just a word to try and avoid, is like, I just heard about this, without mentioning about this possibility. So it's like, what's this I hear about, Compsognathid being juvenile, theropod, that, although it's the best of intentions, it does easily and almost immediately omit the very key fact that this is just an idea.
Yeah, it's immediately
Yeah.
surprised. Oh,
Based on a
It's-
research
yeah.
methodology, but still just an idea and a possibility.
Mhm.
again, open to the information. I find it pretty cool if they were like a European Carcharodontosaurus.
I mean, don't
But-
we have Lahas Venator? Is that the one? No.
No. You mean Concavent? I mean,
No.
Okay.
We have Concaventor and we have the Portugal one.
okay. Let me rephrase. European Carcharodontosaurus that are not Spanish or British.
Yes. Yeah.
Fair enough.
No, Lahas Venator was in South America.
Is it Lurinia something? Luso Venator something? Luso Venator is the one I'm thinking of. Yes.
Oh yeah, because
The
Lajas Venator is Argentina.
yeah.
Yeah, same formation as Primatoia. That's no.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was confusing with Luso Venator, which is the Portuguese one that was described last year.
Oh yeah.
The one that's like 2 specimens 10 million years apart. But anyways, I mean, do we want to give a shout out to like the new Carcharodontosaur that was described since we're on the top of Carcharodontosaurs, since we're probably never going to do an episode on it in isolation?
I might as well. I mean, convenient enough, same day actually. I think. Or was it today?
It was today, so like, but within 24 hours.
Yeah, it was within 24 hours. A new Carcharodontosaur from
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan. Yeah. I wasn't sure if it was like Kazakhstan or Uzbekistan. Dropped. Known from a maxilla.
Partial maxilla.
Mm-hmm. Probably Neo-Venator sized.
Yeah, like 7.5 to max, like 8.5, 9 meters probably.
Yeah.
I would have scaled it, but Getaway Trike did it before me, so I was like, if he's done it,
Yeah.
not gonna bother.
I saw it back in SVP. I'm surprised they named it because they seem to indicate it's not diagnostic back at SVP, but it seems like now with the synopsis they found like enough diagnostic characters in the maxilla.
I suppose.
It's not bad. It's certainly very nice in terms of its provenance because it's suddenly changing up the idea of the Bisecti as a small dinosaur formation with like Timurlengia and Tyrannoceratops, I think. Tyrannoceratops, the small Ceratopsia, and Timurlengia, the small Tyrannosaur, and so forth. And now we suddenly have like an actual very decently sized Carcharodontosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah. The name is, what is it? Ulugbegosaurus. Ulugbegosaurus, I think that's the pronunciation.
Something
like
that. We can't even pronounce Italian, I think.
I mean, it's named after a 15th century astronomer from the area it was found.
How does this make it any easier for us to pronounce?
I'm just saying, like, it's not.
He can't
Italian.
complain.
It's worse.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, Asian Carcharodontosaurs in general are something I find really interesting. To see how that went exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it was also fairly recent, actually, like one of the last of Asia.
Bisecti.
Really?
No, Bisecti is 90 million years ago. It's turn of the century for Tyrannosaurs.
Yeah. Was it Turonian or?
Yeah, mid-late Turonian.
Yeah, I think it was Turonian.
Yeah.
But it's still a very interesting. So you'd have like Carcharodontosaurs versus Ceratopsians.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Because
then you have Timurlengia, just like, oh shit.
Yeah. Like what does Tyrannoceratops do against? I mean, Tyrannoceratops probably you could get larger. I mean, than just 2 meters long. It would need to get larger than 2 meters long if. Well.
Honestly, when did they first show up?
And it's also Jarratitanus, the totally Rubechosaur, not a Titanosaur. It's a Titanosaur.
Honestly, all I'm now thinking of is, I mean, it's pointless to really consider since it's just a tooth, but like, if the tooth that was found with Hemititan, I believe, could be one. I mean, it's pointless to speculate, it's just a tooth, but still.
Hey, pointless speculation. Write one tweet about it, one art piece, and you've convinced all of Twitter.
Fair enough.
Wait, is Tyrannoceratops an adult and still that small?
I mean, to be fair, we also thought Ionosaurus is an adult, and yet every Ionosaurus, and we have like 50 of them, is juvenile.
Okay, well.
So it's probably not an adult. I mean, even our means of aging dinosaurs, I think, it's kind of sus. It's...
Yeah. Oh my god. All right. You had to bring that in.
That's why.
And I mean, I know there's an Ankylosaur as well over there.
Oh, yeah, Bisecti pelta.
Mm-hmm. Interesting thing.
And we have Levanosovia, a hadrosaur from brain cases, also around 2 meters in length. Levanosovia, apparently. Bisecti pelta is... No one knows how big.
Oh, we have we have a couple of crocodiles.
It's a very... Asdarco itself is from there. It's a gorgeous formation.
It is.
There's 2 different Therizinosaurids. Apparently. There's almost definitely a Velociraptorine. Whether or not Itemerus itself, no one knows about Itemerus, but...
Mm-hmm.
We've got like a lot of teeth of stuff. So there's a lot there.
Oh yeah.
So Bisecti is actually a really nice formation. It's a shame like no one's ever featured it in like a documentary or anything, because it would be awesome. Like move over fucking Shiach and Moros, where there's like, oh, there's so much in our Cedar Mountain formation, but it's spread over 10 million years. This is an actual pretty much locality, I believe. Yeah, it's a Lagerstadt. So
Yeah.
it's pretty sick. Give Bisecti formation
Pretty
some
cool.
love, guys. Anyways, that's pretty much the. There's not been that much like good paleo news, has there, in Mesozoic stuff lately? So it's nice to see.
Oh, what do you mean? I mean, we had humans evolved from dinosaurs. We had estimating weight based on Peppo toys.
Yeah.
Allosaurus the scavenger.
And
What do you mean?
we didn't really make videos on those because I feel like talking about it is just like not
No point.
a
That
good
was
thing. Like, you don't need to give more attention to these, and we just kind of did now. But whatever.
I'm sorry, we did for like the 5 people who will stay this far in the video. So
That's true.
We've
But those
reached the rambling
those
phase,
5 people
but
could turn to 100 really easily. They tell all their friends.
like, comment, and subscribe.
yeah.
Yeah. I do feel like we should kind of apologize for like the long absence, but I think we've all been busy with shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, that's like exactly what we said this time in the episode, last episode.
Yeah.
Like,
we're
when our
busy.
whole,
We're just busy.
we have university, Cal has his job, etc., etc. We did all.
I have a job, an internship, and school.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah.
School followed by 2 months internship, now school again, plus making skeletons. So which applies to both Cal and I. So
And I mean, drawing. I don't have a lot of free time right now. That's just.
if you see me posting random bullshit on Twitter, no, I'm not.
What you do
I'm
is
very busy.
call him out, please.
No, don't do that.
You see, I don't ever post random bullshit like these two up here. I post high quality content. Follow me on Twitter.
I will say, best friend from heaven had us very busy that one night. Okay?
Yeah, I tried to spend like 6 fucking hours editing that trailer.
I can't believe you did that. Oh my god.
Ah, yes, podcast edition, just complete sideline everything.
Yes. Anyways, there's nothing more to say. I feel anything else we say would be repeating ourselves. So
Yeah, we don't want to beat around the bush.
Cool idea. Keep an eye open because it's kind of getting blown out of proportion, and that's no good.
yeah.
But
And that's no good.
it's a cool idea though.
Yeah.
Very.
Just let's not turn this into too much of a meme
Yeah.
based on the comments.
And we'll probably see you guys around. We have more time now-ish. Not really, but fuck it. And have a good one.
See ya.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Oh
Like
shit,
and
I wasn't
subscribe.
recording. No, just kidding.
Oh my god. Holy
God
fuck.
fucking hell.
I was about to scream. Cut.